Hello and welcome to the History Hub channel. Today we'll be looking into the Gupta Empire, which is the chapter 11 of class 6 history. So up till now we have learnt about Mauryans, how Mauryans was the first empire. Then we also learnt about the different kingdoms in the South India like Satavahanas, Cholas, Cheras and Pandyas. We also learned after the fall of Mauryan Empire what happened, like the different foreign kingdoms came into the country, like Parthians, before that the Shakas, even before that Indo-Greeks, and then came Kushans, and all we learned about it. So today we will learn about another big empire called the Guptas. The Guptas began from they started out around first century and they continued for a long time, nearly till the 5th century and even till the even later than that, but they were not so popular by then. So we will study today about the Gupta Empire. In the Guptas, we will only learn about the political history in the part 1. The second part, we will look into the economic history and the administration. So in the political history, we will look into which are the sources. So today in this video, we will look into the what are the sources for Gupta history. How did we learn about the different Gupta kings? And then we'll learn what are all the kings of the Gupta Empire, and then we'll also see what caused the decline or how it fell down. Okay, so initially after the Kushans came into the Central Asia to North India, they had ruled. Kanishka, we learned about Kanishka being a great king and how he controlled the Silk Route and all. And we also learned that Satavahanas were in the south of the kingdom. So after all of them, what happened was slowly and slowly there were some smaller kingdoms after them. So around mid 13, the 3rd century, sometime around mid 3rd century, both the Satavahanas and Kushan's rule had almost come to an end, and we come to know, and a new empire called the Guptas started. Okay, so they were one of the first biggest empire was the Mauryans. The second biggest empire was the Guptas. Okay, so they united almost all of North India in their hold. Okay, so you can take a look at the Gupta Empire map, how big it was. Then now we will look into what are the sources of such a big empire. So there are both archaeological sources and there are literary sources. Okay, so what do we mean by archaeological? Anything like coins, monuments, inscriptions, or jewelry, weapons, all that is archaeological. That is non-written sources, which are written sources are literary sources. So what are the books what are the books and what are the artifacts that talk about the Gupta Empire? So archaeologically, we have found a lot of coins. We have found silver, gold coins of various kings. So we have come to know that, oh, these kind of kings were there during this time period. Okay. Then we have found coins of various kings like Samudragupta, Chandragupta, etc. So we know what type of coins they had minted and what type of artwork was there in the coins. We have also found out whether the kingdom was prosperous just by looking at whether it's gold, silver, copper kind of thing. So through coins we have come to know a lot of information about kings. For example, in the coins of Samudragupta, some places we see that we come to know that Samudragupta was not only a great scholar but also he played musical instruments. So such kind of information you get through coins. Then we also have monuments. Monuments in the sense we have cave shrines, then we have temples, we have then Buddha during depicted during the during the Gupta time period. We also have paintings, especially the Ajanta paintings. So these are all done during the Gupta era. So you can take a look at the Ajanta paintings. You can also take a look at the some of the coins found during that period. So, so now you know these are through this we have come to know about the Gupta period. Next, we look into the inscriptions. So, in inscriptions, there are plenty of inscriptions that is found. What the textbook what is given is the Allahabad pillar inscription. There was also inscriptions in Mehrauli and other places, but we'll only look into the Allahabad pillar inscription. So let us take a look at the Allahabad pillar inscription. Okay. So now you know that there are a lot of writings here. This writing was done by a poet named as Harisena. So, and he wrote about the king, who he was, whom and all he conquered, and what a great king he was, and all that he has written in that pillar. Okay. So, this is why Allahabad pillar inscription is known as Prashasti. Prashasti means in praise of. So, because Harisena wrote about the king Samudragupta in the Allahabad pillar and it was full of praise, so Allahabad pillar is also known as it's a prashasti or it's in praise of some particular king. So, because of these inscriptions also we know about the Gupta kingdom. Okay. Now let us see what is the literary works. These are all archaeological. In literary works, there are books. So, Kalidasa. There are various scholars like Kalidasa who wrote poems and plays. So, that talks about the Gupta period. Then we have Puranas and other works. So, Puranas like Vishnu Purana and Matsya Purana, all of them talk about Gupta kings. Then there are some foreigners also who had visited our country during that time period. One of them was Fahim. He had come to our country to study about Buddhism. So he also wrote about the empire, how it was, how people were, and all that. He had come in search of Buddhist kingdoms, books, and all. So he has also given a good account of how the Gupta period was during the second, third, fourth, fifth century time period. This one. So reading all this, we come to know about the Gupta period. So what do we know about Gupta period is? So we have learnt about the sources. So now let us talk about the kings. So the first king was Sri Gupta. It is said that he founded the Gupta Empire. When was this? This was sometime in 240 to 280 AD. So he started the Gupta Empire sometime during this. He is known as Maharaja. Okay, well, some of the sources tell that he was just a Maharaja, a small kingdom. So probably in Magdha, the Gupta Empire started. Okay, somewhere in Magdha region, the Gupta Empire started. Okay, so it was started by Sri Gupta. After that, there is mention of Chandragupta Maurya. Sorry, Chandragupta as the king. One king was the Chandragupta Maurya, that is one in Mauryan Empire. This is a different Chandragupta. Okay, Chandragupta I. Okay, he came during between 320 to 335 AD. Okay, So he was known as, not as a Maharaja, he was known as the Maharajadi Raja, that is King of Kings. So apparently Chandragupta I was a very popular king, very famous. What was he known as? Maharajadi Raja. Okay. So Chandragupta, the one, did many things to make to make the Gupta empire very strong, the kingdom very strong. So what and all did he do? First of all, he made the capital for the kingdom as Patliputra. He then conquered many places which were very fertile. So Uttar Pradesh regions, then the Bihar regions, which were rich in minerals, iron and all. So he captured fertile regions and iron rich regions. So when you have iron and other minerals and you can make you have metals, you can make good weapons. If you have fertile lands, revenue for the kingdom is more through taxes. So slowly and slowly he became powerful. Okay, one, because he conquered many places. Secondly, he married a girl from a very powerful tribe. So there was a tribe called Lichavis, which you have already seen. The Lichavi clan during the Buddhism and Jainism, this one. So he married a girl from Lichavi clan, and because that Lichavi also were very powerful, so he got more resources, more support from another powerful tribe. So he became very famous. He was able to expand. So he expanded from UP, Bihar and all, and from Magdha to Allahabad. You can from Magdha till Allahabad. That was known as Prayag. He expanded his empire. Okay, so from Magdha to Prayag. Okay, then after Chandragupta Maurya, it was Samudragupta, his son, who came into the Gupta empire. So Samudragupta he was from 335 to 380 AD. He ruled. Okay. So Sri Gupta ruled from 240 to 280 AD. Chandragupta Maurya ruled from 320 to 335. Samudragupta ruled from 335 to 380 AD. Okay. He was one other powerful king. So all about him is given in the Allahabad inscription that talks about who and all he defeated. Okay. So Harisena, the poet, tells that Samudragupta was a scholar. He was the greatest of all kings, he tells. Okay. Secondly, he states whom and all he defeated. He says some of the kings he defeated, some of the kings he made them join the Gupta kingdom, some of them he allowed them to rule and all that. So let us see who and all he mentions. So first he mentions that Gupta, the Samudragupta, Eastern India he captured. Okay, in Eastern India it was Assam, Nepal and all of them Samudragupta captured. And but he did not make them, he defeated them, but all these kings he allowed them to rule, but they were supposed to give him annually some kind of tribute. It could be in the form of revenue, some kind of revenue or resources, army help and all that. So he allowed them to rule, but they were supposed to pay yearly tribute to Samudragupta. Okay. Samudragupta was very wise. He knew that if he he put everybody in his kingdom, it would be difficult to rule, because Eastern India is a very big region for him to rule. So what he did, he allowed the Eastern kings to rule, but if they were supposed to pay a yearly tribute. What's a yearly tribute? They were supposed to pay him some kind of revenue or resources. Okay. Then secondly, he also went to south and he defeated 12 rulers in Deccan. Okay. So he even defeated the rulers from the South India. Then that's why he is known as Dakshina Patna. That is the Deccan region. He was able to this one Lord of the Dakshinapat. Then he also went to Vindhya region and defeated all the forest kings. Third one is in Vindhya regions. He defeated all the forest kings. Finally, he also defeated not defeated the foreign kingdoms like the Kushans and Shakas had to give him tribute. And also from the Shakas who were ruling in Afghanistan, all of them had to give him some kind of tribute. So the foreign kingdoms also he got tribute. So that's why he became more and more powerful. Then comes this. So this is the entire description of Samudragupta I. So we'll now look into the kings after Samudragupta as kingdom. Okay. So the first king after Samudragupta II, Samudragupta, the king who came next was the Chandragupta II. He ruled from around 380 AD to 413 AD. He was Samudragupta's son and he ruled from 380 to 413 AD. He had many titles, like some of his names were Vikramaditya, then Devaraja, then Simhachandra. So he had very various names, and he was known for his expansions. We have already seen that Samudragupta had expanded into eastern India. He had defeated Deccan the rulers. He had also defeated Vindhya region, and he had also got tribute from foreign kings like Kushans and Shakas and all that. But Chandragupta too expanded the kingdom further. So what he did was, he actually was a brave and a courageous king. So he not only defeated the Shakas who are ruling in Gujarat areas, but he also tried to control the Arabian Sea, the sea routes. So what he did was, he advanced towards the Arabian Sea areas, and he annexed whatever regions were there, and he got hold of very important ports like Baroj, Cambay, and Sopara. So this made him complete control of the sea route. Because of this, he was able to trade from till Europe because of the ports. Now the Chandragupta too had the control of the ports. He could very easily trade with the Europeans. So the goods used to go through Egypt to Europe, and European ideas also came into the country. So he became more and more, the kingdom became more and more prosperous. He also made his capital as Ujjain. The earlier capital was Patliputra. He also made the second capital as Ujjain. And Chandragupta's too court had Navaratnas. Navaratnas means 9 gems. So 9 scholars were there in Chandragupta's too's court. So some of the names of the scholars were Kalidasa, then people like Varahamira, and many others who were known for their contributions, and they were very good intelligent people. So they were all known as Navaratnas. Nava means 9, Ratnas is gems. So there were 9 gems or 9 scholars in his court. It was also during this time that Fahim came into his kingdom. So Fahim was a Buddhist scholar who also had come to India to study about Buddhism. He visited around 4,000 Buddhist schools, and he wrote about the kingdom during the time of Chandragupta II. Okay, so because of him also we have got a lot of information about Chandragupta II. Now let us see what happened to this powerful kingdom. Okay, what led to his decline. So after Chandragupta II, it was his son Kumaragupta. He was also a good king. He minted a lot of coins. We have found, you know, coins like silver coins and all were there. His kingdom was peaceful. But after Kumaragupta, it was his son Skandagupta. And during this time, there was problems. So there were invasions from Pushyamitras, some kingdom of Pushyamitras, and also there were local chiefs and all had started rebelling, and later there was no unity because the empire was very big. Later years it had become very difficult to control the empire. Also, there were some looters called Hunas. Okay, Hunas. They had come from Central Asia. They were good horse people and archers. So they used to come and loot the kingdom and go. So they used to do this repeatedly. So it was very difficult to control the Hunas also. So slowly and slowly the kingdom became weaker and weaker. So it only survived till mid 6th century, Guptas. 100 years before itself, it had started weakening. So due to various reasons, many chiefs revolted against Gupta Empire due to Hunas, due to Pushyamitras. It became very, very difficult for Guptas to control their kingdom, and slowly it declined. So that is in the entire thing about the political history of the Gupta kingdom. Next, we will look into the administration and the economics of Gupta kingdom.